Welcome back, traders. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend, and hopefully you guys all stayed safe and warm and, well, cold wherever you guys are. It doesn't matter. Anyways, I know I'm a little late tonight, but thank you guys for dropping in. We're gonna cover the weekly candle close here for you guys as usual every Sunday. So we had quite a good week, quite an interesting week actually. And we had we printed a new all-time high, right? Almost $67,000 on Coinbase here. Right now, this candle is it's kind of an interesting one, right? Can somebody tell me what kind of candle this is right here? Somebody want to shed some light? What that weekly candle looks like right now? Anybody? Bueller. Waiting. We have a brave soul in the audience that wants to tell us what type of candle this is right here. There he is, the Arashabooty guy. He can tell us. He's saying dump it. So it looks like it's kind of a gravestone candle, but it's not quite closing like that just yet. I mean, we have about 30 minutes left on this candle, but yes, it is a rejection candle. However, the only thing that is interesting here is that if we close above this $60,000 level, okay, we are still going to be okay, most likely. Spinning top. Yeah, it could be a spinning top. So I was thinking more so gravestone, but the bottom part of it isn't as drastic. And honestly, gravestone doji candles are really bad. That could be setting us up for weeks of downside if it was a gravestone doji candle. Right? It's not quite, right? Because we don't have that much of a rejection. Right? That candle body closure is not. We have a little bit of a wick on the bottom of the candle, right? So it's not as clear as that gravestone. So it's not a gravestone candle. So that's actually good, right? Because that would then set us up for multi-weeks of downside, which we wouldn't really want to see that. That wouldn't be good, right? But yeah. Spinning top. Could be a spinning top. Let's have a look at the spinning top. See, it's not quite a spinning top either, because the candle body structure is a little bit more on the sell side, right? Because the spinning top has more, it's more in the center of the structure of the candle, right? Yeah, but definitely some strong rejection up here at 67, right? But what I think really is going on here, and we're going to take a look at the ETH BTC chart. And I did mention this the other day, that we did see kind of what looked to be like some rolling from Bitcoin to Ethereum on Friday's candle closure. But this could end up resulting in a movement back down to this $52,000 range. We could see that before we go back up. Maybe make some sort of make a cup and handle type of pattern, right? So we could definitely see some downside price action this week. It's possible. After we did see this nice rally up, okay? Yeah, we are back testing right now, but we did get a bit of rejection up here. And yeah, I mean, as long as we close above like 60K, I think we'll probably be okay. All right. So now we're actually back testing this channel that we broke down out of. So if we end up rejecting this, then we're gonna come down, right? We'll see. The daily RSI still looks okay, right? Still in bullish control zone. Not really too concerned about that. The weekly also looking okay, still bullish, 65 on the RSI. But we did get this break, right? This was that falling wedge that we had back in the mid-cycle bottom here. We broke out, and some people can make the argument that we're in maybe some sort of rising type of wedge here, right? But we could come back down just to like 56 on the RSI, get a little bit of a reset on the weekly, right, before we then proceed to be completely overbought and go into the blow off top. All right, so this could be a couple weeks away where we do something like this. But coming down to 57 on the RSI isn't bad. We could just see some consolidation, or we could see a bit of back test, right? Shooting star, let's take a look. Not quite a shooting star, no. Yeah, it's not quite a shooting star because we have a wick on the bottom side of the candle. There was some buying at the bottom here. It wasn't just all selling, right? So we had some buying down here at 59, pushed the price back up to 60.8K right now. You know, we'll see how we really end up making this closure within the next 20 minutes here, 24 minutes here. All right. But yeah, it does look like we're gonna see some downside, right? We're gonna see some downside most likely here. We're gonna go look at USDTD, and we're also gonna kind of have a similar idea of like, well, man, so Bitcoin wicked up to new all-time high 67,000, but we're not getting candle body closes up there. The tether dominance is right along this trend line here. So if you were to be buying tether, wouldn't you want to be buying it right off the trend line here? Right? Wouldn't this be a good spot to long tether, right? Or getting close to that spot to long tether, right? I don't remember how I drew this, but maybe it was on a 3-day chart. anyways, you guys get what I'm saying. It's starting to trend back up here towards the bottom of this trend line. All right, and this is a long this trend line's been respected since it was started here in November of 2018, since bear market stuff. All right. So just be careful in long positions if you're in them. We could end up rounding out this bottom, right? So just be careful. All right, it looks like Tether is trying to push up here, right? Inverted cross doji. Let's take a look at that. Inverted cross doji. Here, we'll just look at the top 10 reversal patterns. So it's not quite an evening star, but maybe along the lines of that. Not an inverted hammer. Inverted hammers are usually green with a rejection wick at the top. Anyways, it doesn't look like the best type of candle. I'm not saying it's the worst type of candle, but it could result in price action to the downside. But we doesn't mean that altcoins can't rally while this is happening. We're going to look at we looked at Tether dominance. We're gonna go back to that just here 1 second, just to kind of get a little bit more feel for what's happening on this chart. Hey Angel, what's going on, man? Okay, so Tether towards the bottom of what could be a wedge pattern, right? It's not clear just yet, but it could be. This could be a wedge forming here. And wedges usually break out 67% of the way through the pattern, right? So we're getting close to that, right? We could see, Tether do something like this, and maybe make a higher low, and then eventually break out of it. Or what we really do want to see is maybe we do get up here, and we reject it, and then we come down to the bottom of the wedge again. And maybe we actually break the bottom of the wedge before coming back up. Right? So obviously we want to see Tether go down because that would result in crypto going up. But we also want to be real about what's going on in this chart. And what's going on this chart right now is there is some compression happening on this chart. Something to be aware of, okay? We did get Tether to come down here a bit when we spotted this bearish divergence on the stochastics, but we end up making a higher low here, and then we can clearly see that this could trend back to the upside, right? Especially from where we're at on this bottom. Okay, this area here was respected pretty good before this big move up, which was the bottom we made in June, July there. Okay. So just be aware of this, guys. If you guys are looking at, buying stuff, make sure that we get a clear rejection before you do look into some altcoins or whatever. Like I said, there are some altcoins that are going to be outperforming Bitcoin right now as well. We're going to look at the dominance here. Bitcoin dominance did break out on the weekly chart. It did get a little bit of pushback right this week, so that was good. That's why we saw some altcoins really start to rally, but we didn't necessarily engulf last week's candle. This is technically putting in a higher low right now, which could mean that we do maybe see some profit taking on some of these alts that made some major runs. Like I know Harmony One made a run, Dogecoin's running right now, Shibcoin made a nice run. You know what I mean? So just be careful when holding altcoins. If Bitcoin dominance is on the rise. We're gonna go to the total market cap here real quick. Total actually looks okay, right? We're gonna probably close green here, right? 2.548 trillion. 15 minutes left on the candle. We did get some rejection though, right? Okay, but technically, closing like this is a new weekly candle body all-time high for the total market cap of crypto. So total looks good. MW, if we were to really see sellers come in, we would also see the total weekly candle be red as well. What I'm thinking is they're rolling Bitcoin for altcoins right now. Okay, and we're gonna really look at that when we look at the ETH BTC chart here in just 1 second. All right, then we're gonna go through our normal Glassnode, Fear and Greed Index, and the SAR signals in the Discord as well. So ETH BTC closing what looks to be a bullish engulfing candle here, or about to close a bullish engulfing candle. So this is looking very strong, right? I still think that we're in the midst of another alt season here, okay? And we can clearly see here on the weekly, on the RSI, right? You can see that we're coming up to this resistance area. It does look like some sort of wedge on the RSI, right? You guys see that, right? That's pretty clear to me that ETH BTC is looks to be like it's going to outperform Bitcoin here in the coming weeks. So hold your horses. I think Ethereum is going to take the lead here, all right, guys? ETH BTC looking very nice, right? We had this channel breakout back here in January, March. We got the back test in March. Nice rally. Flagging right now. It looks like we're going to probably see this breakout here in the next week or two. And then ETH BTC is going to go to like 11%. It's the next fib target. And then the all-time high is around 15.48%. I do think we break that, to be honest with you guys. I know there's lots of folks that do not think that's going to happen, and they will be shocked that it will happen. And I'm thinking that we get to probably close to that 28% of a Bitcoin area, okay? Between 28 to 35% of a Bitcoin. It sounds crazy, but DeFi, man. DeFi is what's going to push this market, okay? Cool. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that analysis. We're going to go look at the Nupal chart. Obviously, we want to keep you guys dialed in about what's happening with the Nupal chart. This is how we're going to let you guys know that we think we're going to be at a cycle top. And Ethereum here is still in the green. Nothing to be worried about just yet. This actually called this top on Ethereum perfectly, right? Like perfectly called the top at 40 whatever 100 here. Yeah, we'll look at Solana here in a minute. We'll take your guys' requests here in a minute. I just want to get through the rest of our structure here, and then we'll go into some of your guys' coins. All right. So the Fear and Greed Index, we're obviously in the greed stages right now, and the SAR signals on the hourly. Obviously, Bitcoin is short. Okay. Hourly is short right now on Bitcoin. 4 hour is also short, so that should tell you the direction. The direction is most likely going to be down. Okay. And on the hourly for Ethereum, we did. What's interesting is yesterday we did flash a signal long, but we haven't printed a signal all day, which is kind of interesting actually. But the 4 hour is still also long for Ethereum since the 22nd. Maybe there's something going on with these signals. I don't know. We haven't printed a signal in a couple days on Ethereum here. So, anywho, that is it, I believe. All right. So if you guys want to throw me some tickers, we can do those. We'll look at Solana here for the gentleman. Just had an idea while I was going through USDT dominance. What is? What do you mean, what is? Do you mean, what is it? All right, so the measured move target for Solana was 227. We got to about 215. Putting in a nice weekly candle, right? Bullish engulfing, breakout candle. You know, we didn't quite get to the wick high, 216.55. That is the area. All right, that is the area for a real break on Solana. Solana putting a nice candle in. I wouldn't be surprised if we did get like a back test of this 170, 180 area here next week. All right, especially if we're going into a red week, down week. Yeah, we'll look at Rune and CRV. Yep, sure. So CRV, yeah, broke out of the triangle. Here it is. We are putting in the highest weekly candle closure we've seen on CRV. It is going to close like this in 11 minutes. This is the highest weekly candle body closure we've seen for this asset. Very nice candle. We did trigger TTM squeeze long here as well. Keep that in mind. Look at Rune. Wow. Beautiful touches right off the trend line, man, on this asset. I haven't looked at this chart. You can see that. I had like a plotted move to that top, but it literally hasn't done anything but just respect the channel. So, beautiful. Beautiful channel up on this asset. Hey man, no, I don't really run bots, dude. That's not for me. I think I'm the only STP founder that doesn't run bots. What if one used the dominance of other stablecoins to get confluence or find hidden divergence? Yeah, sure. You can definitely use other stablecoin dominances, but I think Tether is the biggest stablecoin, so I just look at Tether. But yeah, Rune in a weekly breakout here. You clearly see that. Right, highest candle body weekly closure since August 16th. In a breakout right now, you're actually about to break above these wick highs, which very strong. We're gonna probably see this. Well, this is looks like an Adam and Eve double bottom, right? So you're looking at about a 212% measured move once you break this area here. 212%, guys, putting you to new all-time highs with this asset. $33 is the target for Rune. Very strong. Very, very strong. Excellent. Algo and Ethereum Classic. We'll take a look at those. So Algo just holding above this fib extension here, the 78.6% retrace area here, and not really doing too much, just consolidating after this major move it had over here. So technically a weekly bullish engulfing candle than the previous week, but not the highest we've seen, right? We need to break above that $2.38 area for a new all-time, not a new all-time high, but new highs versus the previous all-time highs. So this asset went straight down. I suspect this does continue and will most likely go higher with the rest of the altcoin market when these assets do decide to continue the rallies. Right, so the 3-day chart you can see is starting to wean off this negative momentum, and the wolf pack just crossed back up too. Oh yeah, the staking is doing well. I wanted to show you guys that briefly. I did actually take some of the ETH that I did earn and put it into another pool. So I ended up staking. I actually ended up staking my ETH on this Atlantis platform, app.acryptos.com. I'm earning 452% APY, so very nice APY there. but I'm earning this ACS token, and I think I'm also earning some ETH as well. So I thought this is pretty good instead of auto farm. Because remember the other night I was trying to find a better place to put my my ETH, right? So we did find that. That was pretty good. And then the Mars protocol here. Yeah, so I earned about $75 worth of ETH, and then now I'm also right now you can see about $41 worth of ETH just sitting here. Okay. So yeah, not so bad. Not so bad at all. XTZ, we can look at that. Sure, XRP and Ethereum Classic. So Ethereum Classic still in the pattern, man. Just consolidating here. We're putting in a higher low technically than last week's low. Or that's a 3-day chart. So the weekly, technically the weekly is closing a bullish engulfing candle from the previous weeks. We do see a little bit of rejection here, right? As we got close to this supply line, we did get a little bit of pull. All right, but nothing to be too concerned about just yet. We are still producing this negative momentum. I do still think this is going to see a major move. And the weekly is trending back up here on the Wolfpack indicator as well. All right, so it does kind of match up with what we're seeing on the chart in terms of a move back up. All right. Can't understand really. All right, that's fine. How do you use a fib? Oh, okay. Sorry. How do you use a fib retracement on TradingView? Do you start the cursor over the top of the candle or below it? That's up to you. However you want to use your fibs. I usually go wick to wick. Some people go candle body to candle body. Just make sure you stay consistent with whatever it is that you do use. All right. Otherwise, you're going to get a misreading on your estimate. XRP. Still in the same pattern. We did get a little bit of a pullback here on the weekly, but not anything to be too concerned about. We didn't break the lows. We're still technically making higher lows. We can look at SLP, sure. And seller, look at that. Yeah, if you guys could smash up the like button, that would be appreciated. Thank you guys so much. Tal, what's going on, man? How you doing? How the kids? How's the family? I hope everybody's good. SLP and seller and UBX. We'll take a look at them, all right? So interesting, holding above this trend line here for seller. So the weekly, Michael, yep, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Here, we'll get to it here right now. Thank you so much, appreciate that. ORN, just getting into this consolidation. All right. We could consolidate here for a couple more weeks, right? Until we maybe break out of this symmetrical triangle. That's what I'm seeing here. We could just see some sideways price action. You might get a touch at the top of the range. You might come back down to the bottom of the range, right? Just kind of maybe consolidate in between here, in between the two fibs, between the 618 and the 786. I know it's a big trading range, about a 50% move in between here, just the middle of the trading range right now on this asset, all right? Jonathan, hopefully that helps you, man. I would say this is a no trade zone right now. Right? I mean, it does look like on the daily you could see a movement down, right? You can see how the RSI is pointing down right now here on the daily. And you're at technically what looks to be a supply line on the RSI. And this does look like a downsloping channel. So you could come back down maybe to like 40 or neutral, or maybe close to this support down here around $7, maybe. Depends what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin really starts to break down, which it doesn't look like it's doing right now, this could just hold this area as support and just consolidate for a bit, right? Because the daily isn't a squeeze; it's in a TTM squeeze right now. All right. Excellent. Hopefully that's helpful. Well, we're gonna go back to seller. So seller actually looking pretty good here on the daily. You can see that the RSI is coiling back up, and what looks to be this supply line right here, we have room to run up to. Okay, we have room to run up to that supply line here on seller, and it looks like maybe some sort of wedge forming on the daily on the RSI, which we all know the wedges, those play out pretty well usually. And I did draw a line here as a supply line before. Looks like it did try to break out today and it went up to like 15 cents. We're looking for the target back up to the top of the range. It is perfectly holding and respecting this trend line right now. So kind of like a rectangle range, 40%. Right, daily looking pretty good. Putting in a nice candle here on the daily, up 3%. SLP. This coin sucks. I own it. I'm down on it. It's okay though. It is getting closer. What looks to be getting close to the pattern completion zone of this harmonic pattern. Now this may not necessarily play out. We'll see. It is getting pretty close to that though, and we'll see if we end up holding these lows. We're at a critical spot, right? The 6 cent area was where we did get lift off up to about 10 cents. So maybe we respect this area here, and we do get another spring. Maybe back up to 8.4 cents, or really the targets are A and C of the harmonic, which are 9 and 10 cents. Okay, and we're gonna look at the daily here real quick. Yeah, the daily doesn't look too hot. Right, daily is the MACD is below 0, so we're in bearish territory on the MACD. So moving average convergence divergence is letting us know we're still in bearish territory here on the MACD. For now, we could see some more price action down. We'll see. See if we end up holding this support for SLP. Okay. UBX. Let's take a look at it. Don't really know too much about this token. Looks like I sort of plotted it. Yeah, obviously your next target here is the 618, this 2284 area. So that's a nice move up here. Looks like you're going to get another 20 to 25% move. Not really too much up here either. If you do break this area on some volume, we're going to actually throw the volume profile on for this real quick, just to see what that's looking like. The visible range. Yeah, and so you can see there's not really much trade volume up here. It's up 43% because of that, and it could just rip right through this area up to about this 2.9 area. Right, I mean, you really want to just measure from the bottom, this double bottom here, right to the top. So 158% measured move is what you're looking at, right? 158% measured move for this asset. So yeah, that's going to bring you pretty much right up to the 618. Okay, perfect. Yeah, BTC closed above that $60,000 area. That's a good sign. All right, we didn't get any real dump into the close, which is good. All right. DOT and ENJ. So DOT, yeah, rejecting all-time highs or close to all-time highs, but not a really harsh rejection, right? Still making these higher lows in this structure up here. All right. Just don't break this this upsloping trend line, okay? This does look like an ascending triangle up here as well. Can't right now. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, so DOT looks okay as long as you don't break these lows here. All right. Still bullish territory, 61 on the RSI. You can see we're about to maybe get a cross down on the momentum oscillator here, which could mean we come back down and test this support at 37.30s. That can happen. Your next major fib here is that $35 area if we do get a breakdown. All right. But if we just hold up here, we can consolidate up here and eventually break out, go to all-time highs, and go into price discovery. Yeah. I will look at XTZ here in a second now. That was DOT, and we're going to look at ENJ. I'm a little bit behind on the request. Sorry, guys. patience is always something you need. Okay, especially if you aren't tipping. Okay, thanks. All right, so engine coin basically touched the supply line earlier this week, looks like, and pulled back from it, right? And that's perfectly normal. You don't always necessarily break out right away. But you can see that this is a nice symmetrical type of triangle forming here. It looks like we're maybe holding these lows here right at the point of control, and we could just consolidate here for a bit. We could even do something like this. We might even get a smack down to the bottom of the triangle for a nice long entry and then break out. Okay, that is a total possibility. Do not be caught off guard with something like that. That can happen. All right. Anchor, Harmony 1, MXW, Tezos, Lena, FTM. We'll take a look at them, sure. So Anchor, descending broadening formation, holding this trend line in an up channel up. Okay. So really at pretty much a crucial spot here for this trend line. Okay, if we do break it, it could get a little dicey. We could come back down to 7.4 cents if we end up breaking the 128 simple here on the daily. You don't want to see that happen, right? You want to stay above the 128. Every single time you go below it, you get these big dumps, right? We went below it here. This is coronavirus. We got this big crash. Then we kind of just skated and stayed above it, okay? Stay above that, stay in an uptrend. Go below it, go in a downtrend. It's really that simple. And the oscillator is sitting at around 50, which is technically bullish area, right? And we can see that, well, you know, we hit a supply line here, and we are still in this sort of pattern. And usually these break up. Okay, this is a descending broadening wedge formation. So the target actually is 76 on the RSI. If this was being in relation to a price, that's where we're targeting on the RSI on the daily. Before maybe you want to exit your position. Right? That's Anchor. We're going to look at Harmony 1. That definitely broke all-time highs today. I remember seeing that. So kudos to those folks that are holding this asset. Did print a new all-time high today. And this does look like a cup pattern that is on its way. All right, so just on this little area here, we're targeting the 1272 fib extension. Really, we can actually measure from the bottom of this range to the top of this range. This would be like the longer term target for it. 381% measured move for Harmony 1 is what we're looking at. So really up to that $1 target. Okay. But take profit along the way, guys, because it may not do this whole move. All going to depend on Bitcoin, where it tops out. All right, so that's Harmony 1. We're going to look at MXW there for integrity. Okay, so what did we do, man? We had the breakout. Now we're back testing this breakout. This is a complete shitcoin with low liquidity, looks like. But yeah, in a wedge. Looks like you broke the wedge today or the other day, and you're just back testing. Okay, you're not really getting too much volume on this asset, and you did get a perfect back testing. Look how that came perfectly down to the trend line here, and kind of got a bullish engulfing candle. Right, so we could consolidate here for a bit. We could just kind of round out eventually, and then make a big move back out. But we could sort of make that rounding action. Okay, you might see that for a little bit. Angel, it's all good, man. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. What did you ask? You asked about Tezos, right? Yeah, we'll look at Tezos now, man. All right. Let's see. So Tezos did break the trend line here, right? You can clearly see that happened. We broke this this respected channel up. All right, so this could see some price action back to the downside. Usually after you break a channel up, isn't necessarily a good thing, right? It's been this has been respected for quite some time, and we could end up proceeding back down for a bit here. And if you're looking for targets for that, we'll be looking at, let's see. So if you end up breaking this 635 area, we could definitely see 570s, 575s, all right, on your way down. But yeah, you still are in some sort of wedge formation here. But pay attention to that volume profile, right? Look to your right. You can see where the highest traded volume is in this area between the 650 and 680 areas. 80. We'll take a look at BTT here in a second, man. I just want to finish this for Angel here, all right? Rod, we can take a look at it, man. Yep. There's a whole slew of people ahead of you, but I got to take a look at them, all right? So this does look like we did get maybe some sort of spring right off this area here. We hammered here for a bit, and it's trying to get back above this support, but the Bitcoin is not cooperating, right? 60,700 for Bitcoin right now. So this could just continue on its path down. Like I said, it could come down to that 580 area before maybe you're getting a big breakout. All right. So just be patient with this one. All right, the weekly. Let's see how the weekly closed. Yeah, not the best weekly candle at all. All right, we got like kind of a rejection candle there. All right. So, like I said, the next real support area is around that 560 area. I mean, you do have some here. This candle body here is 617. Not going to go straight down, but you can see the volume tapered off. So, volume tapered off means maybe a big move is coming with this for this asset. So, just be patient if you're in it. It could end up getting a big move here later this week. Going to depend on what Bitcoin does, really, and if selling comes in or what happens, really. All right. We looked at Harmony 1. We look at Tezos. The weekly did not close very well. Crypto Soldier obviously looked like a rejection candle. We looked at Anchor. We looked at Harmony 1. We need to look at Lena. Look at Lena. Excuse me, guys. So Lena looking like kind of like a channel down, right? Or a down sloping channel, but really, I mean, yeah, these usually do resolve themselves to the upside at some point. We could see something like this occur. All right. So we're sitting right around this 618 fib extension, a little bit below it. We are right above the 128 simple, so that's good. You want to stay above that. You want to hold this area here for this asset. And maybe just consolidate above it and maybe cup out and eventually break it, back test it, and then rally, right? So something like that. This does look pretty good. ADA and BTT. And some of those coins that Rod asked about, we'll take a look at. Sure. 80A is just in a descending triangle. Looks like we did make a closure in it, or right on the supply line. And now I'm saying that it could break to the upside because I guess when I drew this, the market was rallying. But yeah, there's about a 53% chance that it breaks up, and there's a 47% chance it breaks down. Descending triangles are kind of a gamble, right? The daily, yeah, the daily looks okay actually. It's sitting, I think, in like neutral territory. Yeah, neutral territory. One could argue though that this is like a kind of a bear flag, right? You can see that this is the down sloping flag here, and then this is a bear flag. But sometimes these bottoming bear flags on RSIs break up. Okay, we could get a break to the upside here, which like I said, these are kind of a gamble. It could also end up breaking down if Bitcoin breaks down, right? So pay attention to this. This is at an interesting area. The Wolfpack is below the zero line here. And yeah, maybe you can get more of a clue from the Wolfpack. All right. So right now it does look a lot. It does look really similar to what we did see on the RSI. It's a gamble, man. It's just straight up a gamble. It's been consolidating now for a long time. We're below zero on the MACD. We're making what looks to be some positive momentum. It's not really doing too much. Not really a lot of price action here. We're below zero on the MACD, which is technically bearish. We could see this move down as well, back down to the 128 simple, which is a $1.65 area. That could happen. It's very possible we could see that. And if we don't see that, that means we're going to see topside price action, which is like top side of the range, which is around 240. We break 240, we can go to the really top, which is like $3. Right, that's ADA. We'll look at BTT, and then we'll look at Evereth and Tails. The BTT on the stream did look good the other day. All right, it looked good the other day. It is coming to that area where it's getting really close to a breakout. So, are we going to break out? I don't know. It sure looks like we're going to break out, especially if this negative momentum continues to wean off like it's showing right now. We're getting a little bit of positive price action, which is good. We're still consolidating on the 3-day, right? The negative momentum is sort of weaning off right now, and this is what you really want to see before a major move. All right, so BTT does look good. Right, cool. Watch out for BTT. Maybe set some alerts up on that. Okay. Evereth. Let's see. Evereth. Not even coming up on TradingView. Let's see if it comes up here. Is this like a small coin, man, or like what is this? Oh, it's a real shitcoin, huh? Oh, yeah. Binance Smart Chain, so we could probably look at it up here. KuCoin app. Here you go. Here's your shitcoin. Not really enough chart data to really give a determination as to where it's going. It looks like it made a top and it's just retracing right now. So let's just use the bottom. Yeah, we could see this come down, man. All right. Targeting areas 786 or the 1720 area. This thing can lose about half of its value. Why not? But made a big run up. And then what was the other one? Tails. Is it also a shitcoin? It is a shitcoin that's up 70%. So this chart actually looks interesting. Looks like it made a nice bottom on that chart. Let's see much on this chart. This thing just started, man, so this thing could really go up a lot, right? It hasn't done much. I can't even chart it, man. Sorry, dude. But basically, based on this chart, you can see this thing rounding out and obviously getting a nice push up here. Can you just out Hazo Uno on that site you're just on? It's a poo coin. Hang on. We'll look at Cosmos, HVE, and Cake. So Cosmos looks like it tried to break out of this wedge. Man, it's still technically out of it. Not really doing anything right now. Just sitting here, back testing it maybe, and we'll see if we get a reaction rally here. Okay, a break above 37.50, and you're gonna go probably to the top of the range, $44. We have not talked about Shibu, but we can, and Solana we did cover earlier in the stream. So yeah, Atom still looks okay here. Just kind of still trending up, right? Even though we made lower highs so far. Daily is okay. Like just holding the bullish control zone for now on the RSI. This actually looks okay. Yeah, it looks like a downsloping channel, which is fine. You're just chilling here in the middle of the range right now. Like I said, we could get a push up to the top. If Bitcoin drops, yep, you know it, we're going to go into bearish or neutral territory on the RSI. That's it. That's it. We're just consolidating right now. MACD isn't really giving us too much here. We did get maybe a cross down, looks like. But that could flip real fast on the daily. Hang on, integrity. We'll get to that. HYVE. Is that a stock? Oh no, it's a crypto. Yeah, looks good, right? Making higher highs and higher lows. Not really too much data on this one, fortunately. But yeah, you can clearly see the channel up. So testing 71 cents wouldn't be shocking if we continued the price action and the volume coming in. Cake was an STP call out. I do suspect this breaks out here shortly. It is at a critical area. All right. We can look at H-bar. We're gonna look at Shibu real quick because everybody loves Shiba. So I did have this plotted on the daily, I think. So yeah, Shiba came up to the 1618. Looks like technically closing a bullish engulfing candle on the daily from yesterday's candle, so you could see continuation. You're at all-time highs. Evereth pays 8% ETH for holding. That's interesting. Yeah, nice. ETH BTC on the move. Bitcoin's sitting around that 60,900, so it hasn't really done too much. H-bar and Phantom. Take a look at those. Phantom. Did Phantom hit $3 yet? Not yet. Well, that's the next target if it does. But like I said, this is a rising wedge. Be careful. Be careful. We could come out, get exhausted here, and then dump right back into the pattern. Alright, but I mean, listen, man, it's Phantom. This thing's just been on a run, so could continue the run. No, there's nothing up here. H bar. H bar. Looks like it tried to break out. It's still technically holding these lows, but making higher or lower highs. All right. So yeah, you really do have like compression happening on this asset right now. Just definitely want to hold that trend line. Don't want to break it. Right. You break it, we're gonna probably see, you know, 27 cents or something. Integrity. DAPX was the coin that actually broke today. It made a move up. I actually ended up exiting some of it. I actually exited right at the top, 11.3. I'll show you guys that. That was really fun. So, order history. You could see I sold DAPX today at 11.3 cents, which was that top wick. That was a nice exit. I got out right at the top. That was perfect. Literally, I caught the scam wick. That was fun. Cool. But yeah, I think DAPX eventually will break. I mean, it's trying, man. It's like, it's a shit coin. We did Phantom. We'll look at GRT, and I think that'll be it for tonight. Angel, that's a tough question because it all depends on your risk appetite. You have to be okay with losing whatever it is that you're putting into these smaller cap coins. You're obviously better off buying a larger cap, but you may not get as much gains out of it, right? Because it's already a larger cap coin. GRT actually looking okay, right? Holding above now the daily 128 simple. Trying to go back into an uptrend. Hasn't been an uptrend since like February. But yeah, you're looking maybe if you can continue the push up to $1.08. Maybe you then get a breakout. Not much traded volume up here. We'll definitely go straight up once we get above that area. All right. XLM. So it looked to be like a double bottom cup and handle type structure. And actually, it still looks okay. It looks like it's just consolidating here. I mean, we don't always like to see these types of structures, but this could be still okay. Daily, maybe implying a reversal. All right. All right, guys. Well, hopefully we have a good week and not a bad week. Obviously, who likes to see red? But you know, audio coin breaking out right now. This was one that we were talking about in the alerts chat. Did do some TA on it. I didn't give an actual official call, but this does look good. STMX was another one that looks like it's getting pretty close to a breakout. This AR coin obviously holding on to this trend line here as well. All right, guys. If you guys have any questions, make sure you guys take advantage of our alert service. It's like half off. And if you guys stay subscribed, just before you go, do I know how the bot is performing? That's going to all depend on everyone else's risk strategies and stuff, man. But most people are earning anywhere from a 0.25% to 1% a day. All right. All right, we'll look at QNT here, and then I'm going to jump. All right, guys? Looks like some nice accumulation happening on the daily for this asset. Right, you can see the lows being held here. This got a nice rally up. Wow, I don't remember drawing this, but this is nice. Yeah, you can clearly see that this is the range. You're in a flag, or you're in a pennant. Technically, it's actually a symmetrical triangle. It's longer than 3 weeks. But yeah, looks nice. You're coiling up here. You can see that on the daily, on the RSI. This looks good. All right, looks good. Going into a major squeeze here as well. Right. Excellent, guys. Well, you guys have a wonderful week. Make sure you guys join the Discord. Check out the alert service. 50% off right now until the end of the month. And if you don't unsubscribe, you get to keep that price until you do unsubscribe. So it's a steal, man. $33.50 a month is nothing. We got 5 analysts, including myself, and automated trades with Cornix. I do options trades. We have an options bot for stocks too, if you guys want to trade those. I mean, listen, man, it's like everything for $33 a month. Where are you going to find that? Anyways, thank you guys so much. Catch you guys in the next trade.